Christy, this story in Melbourne dominated the news wires all day. A lot of talk on talkback radios as well. Monash City Council, they had a Melbourne council meeting here. It was plenty of protesters turning up, both sides of the argument there out in force, and it all centred on this idea that they were going to have a story time event for children involving drag queens. Now, it got pretty willing at the meeting last night. My issue isn't about drag queens or trans people or porno stars or even hetero storybook readers there and skimpy bathers. I mean, any of those is not appropriate. This is not about where you sit on the spectrum. This is about sexualising young kids. Why can't we have people read to kids that are perhaps teachers or educators? Why this grandstanding with drag queens?
Well, why do local governments and other government associations feel the need to be provocative with such ideology constantly? This isn't the first instance we've seen of that. A local government community centre or community library or a community facility is there to be inclusive of everybody in the whole community. And people who probably chose this way to go might have known it would have been provocative to certain members of the community and not inclusive of everybody.
Look, Nicolle, if it was surf lifesavers sitting there in their budgie smugglers, I'd similarly be upset. I mean, why can't we just leave kids be kids, have people with their clothes on who are just focused on reading the book rather than all of this provocative theatre?
I know, just you even saying that is just, it sounds so ridiculous, Peter. It is utterly inappropriate to have people dressed in a sexualised manner with usually highly sexualised names as well, their stage names, reading books to children. But Peter, you've spoken before about Sheila Jeffries, your feminism lecturer at the University of Melbourne, and some of her books are really interesting on this point because for feminists like Sheila, she points out that that it's only men dressing up in drag. Women don't do this. And these men are usually, quite often, mocking women. So I think we do need to have a bit more of a close look at what drag is and how it portrays women, because after you've read Sheila Jeffries, you start to think, well, she's got some really good points and it's actually just disrespectful to women.